You know when you're nervous to speak and they tell you to picture everyone else in the crowd naked just to ease the anxiety? If anything, that boosted my anxiety. As a growing young boy with a high interest in women, picturing a lot of them naked in the crowd ain't really gonna do me a lot of favors. And that brings us to what we're watching today. Nude Love by Nectar. I haven't heard that channel before, but it's similar to Jubilee or Cut, where they do a lot of blind dating challenges, and I'm all here for it. With a name like Nude Love, what could go wrong? Just to keep track on the awkwardness, we'll just have a little list here. Every time old Katie makes things awkward, we'll put a little point there, and every time old Juju makes things awkward, we'll put a little point there as well. And at the end, we'll see who really was the awkward king or queen. Also, very, very sorry for the late upload times. I've just gotten back from competing in the States, and now it's all YouTube time.
Oh, there it is! Oh my god!
Don't gotta point it out!
Oh my god!
With an intro like that, you can just assume either the man has a very, 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 very small pee-pee, and she only just managed to find it, that or the man's pee-pee is so damn big that she can't stop looking at it.
Studies show getting naked in front of strangers lowers social anxiety and creates a more positive body image.
Boy, if you don't get—
Can someone pull up the papers on this study? I love how she says this while actively stripping. Is this helping her public speaking skills? I'd have...
But putting yourself completely out there allow you to be more yourself and connect more deeply.
But it's not very easy to just randomly strip down in front of a stranger.
We brought together two strangers who will become more naked physically and emotionally. Will they find love?
I was like, love at first sight don't work like that. Love is such a stretch in a situation like this.
Hi,
Hello,
I'm Katie.
I'm Judah.
Nice to meet you.
Juju on the beat, Juju on his meat.
So you were very late.
I am very late. Yes, this is true. I was just a bit nervous to come anyway. So.
Starting with the excuses already. You still got your clothes on too, buddy.
So are you from California?
I am from California. I was born and raised. I lived in Florida for a bit. What about
Yo, what's with the random cutaway to old Miss Milky here? I feel like as a director, you don't need to force a smile. I guarantee that ain't no real smile. It's like a, good work, team. We're getting naked soon.
Yeah, I live in San Diego.
How long was your drive?
It was only 2 hours. It wasn't that bad.
The flip side is very different, where I came late and you came super.
Yeah, I know.
Showing up late when you live closer than the other person is kind of embarrassing. There's fashionably late and then there's late. Fashionably late is like a few minutes, just pulling up like, oh, sorry, I just needed to get my drip sorted. You can't use nerves as an excuse.
I don't know how to approach this really, because it's like I don't know. I don't know you, but I'm gonna get to know you really well.
My boy pulled some dance moves over there.
Do you have a hobby that you're really passionate about?
I play video games. Like,
That's your hobby, video games? You make money?
hold on. Calm yourself. A hobby doesn't have to make money, okay?
My boy got mad defensive about that. Unless you know this chick's a gamer, she's not gonna be very interested in your likingness of playing video games. I mean, I play video games, but you say here you have other hobbies.
Like, that's one of my hobbies. I have a few that are just fun. Hobbies to me are meant for pleasure and to relax.
And then you proceed not to list any of them aside from your singular hobby of playing video games. You didn't go into quite a lot of depth actually about your love of playing video games as one of your hobbies.
To me, video games, it's nostalgic and it brings me back. I get to play with my closest friends, my best friends, my brothers.
That is so true.
In this day and age, you can make money on the internet so easily, especially when it comes to content creators with gaming. I feel like you felt that she put you in that box and you had to get a little defensive about it because you're not at that stage, or whether you're striving to reach that stage or not, but you feel so passionately about your hobby of gaming that you had to be like, whoa. So Katie, you made it a little bit awkward by mentioning money, so I'm gonna give you 1 point there. But to be honest, Juju made it mad awkward by getting defensive over it. I mean, she was just wondering. You could have easily said no. It's a 1 for 1, guys. Damn, we're below average from both sides right now. I mean, that can change. Not feeling a lot of chemistry. Not looking great.
In round one, she was judgy and hostile. She mentioned money. When that's like where I believe that we're starting off as, then I'm gonna know what you're gonna want in the future. Like, it's no longer heart to heart. It's monetary.
Having interest in someone's work, whether it be derived from their hobby or from their actual career choice or whatever it is, has nothing to do with someone wanting money from you. There's nothing wrong with someone having interest in how you make your money. It's up to you to disclose that information, but it's not wrong. Just because she brought it up as one of the first few things that you guys were talking about doesn't mean that that's all she wants. Who hurt you, buddy?
Gold digger. That's the kind of thing. When you're only in it for money, then you're not in it for love, and there's no point for that.
Tell me, buddy, are you in this for love? You signed up to get naked in front of someone. It's funny, you're saying she was very judgy and hostile, but you were being very judgy yourself. I wouldn't say she was being very judgy outright, but she was voicing her opinions very openly, whilst you're doing it behind closed doors. Well, behind a curtain, I should say. So just for that, I'm gonna give you a point.
Curtain in 3,
Oh,
2,
God.
1.
Damn, them curtains creaky as hell. Don't feel like no Jubilee budget.
Hello there.
Hi, oh my gosh. You have very nice eyes.
Thank you. You have the same exact colored eyes.
Yeah, that's
So they are
crazy.
very nice too.
That's crazy, alright? That's crazy that was a very average compliment or comment. I don't know.
It's facts. It's not facts. These sizes are not facts.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm nervous.
I'm so nervous.
You doing well?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
All right, good.
You know when you're just filling the empty space and you're not really talking about anything? Hey, sup, bro? How you doing? Yeah, good, man. How are you doing? Good. The weather, rainy. You know, getting wet all the time, right? You can't help it sometimes, you know. Like I see you running around and I get wet. Yeah. Oh, what? You said you said the rain, wet.
Please.
What was your longest relationship?
2 years. It's like on and off. It was weird because it was like it could be around 3 years.
Yeah, you just break up, get back together, kind of like.
Yeah.
Damn.
And you?
2.5 years has been my longest. Like,
So you ended up breaking up with him. So
it was mutual.
it's never mutual.
No, it was. It was mutual. I mean, I guess it was more so him actually with me.
Once you've broken up with someone, you're not as emotionally connected to that person, so you can't really tell what's in their mind and they can't tell what's on your mind. On a surface level, you could say it's mutual, but maybe either she is or he is harboring some extracurricular feelings up in there.
I guess my eyes started to wander. And
He's not attracted to that idea of you wondering your eyes. He's wondering when he can walk out of that door and go home.
What are your red flags in your opinion that you have? And what
Okay.
are red flags that people have told you you have?
I'm not very good at like boundaries. Just like, oh, I want to spend the night alone. Like, I want to do this by myself. I'm like, well, I want to be with you. Like,
Yeah.
not all the time, but a lot of
So
the
clingy,
time I
that's
can.
Oh, so clingy, annoying ass bitch. Oh, I just like to text and call during the day. So you're a nagger. You nag people all the time. Yeah. I suppose the definition is right in a sense that she is somewhat clingy based on the fact that she just wants to be with that person. Not necessarily clingy, but there's an essence of it. But my boy.
I am a little hot-headed.
So you start beating them? No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe when I get drunk.
I think he brought up that beating thing just to see if she's the type to get physical, and I don't think he's into that. So she definitely gets another point for that one.
What are your red flags?
My red flags. Anyone that I've loved, I still love.
Well, that explains your whole situation about dating someone for 2 years, but really it's been 3 years. That is a red flag, my friend. That sounds very toxic.
You still talk to him?
No.
Okay.
There was a time where I did. It's more of, I think, a validation thing.
Like,
'cause-
you want to be the one that got away.
Well, I usually am, but when
Nice.
I can't talk your shit. Oh damn, this date is going nowhere. This feels fake as hell. You know, aside from the awkwardness of getting naked, upon first view of each other's face, you should get a certain level of attraction. And if that number doesn't increase even after the blind date, honestly, I don't know if your titties are gonna help the loves part, and I don't think your juju meat is gonna help on the love part either, so yeah.
3, 2, 1.
I'm looking forward, looking
Hello.
at your face. How are you?
It's okay. You can look at my boobs.
Thank you, but
I don't know who you're trying to be respectful for, man. You said she's a 4. She signed up for a reason. She gonna look. You might as well look. She gonna start thinking maybe something wrong with her boobs. I'll look at them for you. I'm sure they look great.
what's your relationship like with your parents?
It's really good. It was really bad, but now it's really good. I was a brat, kind of wanted all these things that they necessarily couldn't necessarily provide. Just like money-wise, you know, like monetary stuff.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I want to go shopping, whatever.
He's definitely solidifying that gold digger idea in his head now. Young and dumb.
Do they know you're doing this?
My mom does. I don't think my dad does.
You didn't tell your dad?
No, I mean, that's not the question you bring up to your dad. I don't think any
I-
guy would be like, hey, dad, guess what I'm doing?
Yeah, I think we're on the opposite end of the spectrum here, buddy. If anything, I wouldn't tell my mom about this. I'd definitely tell my dad. I don't know what kind of household you grew up in, bro, but I think most guys would probably tell their dad about this first.
Are you like a spontaneous person, or do you plan?
I'm very spontaneous.
Yeah.
I choose, the things that I do, I choose because I feel it.
Yeah.
And if I don't feel like doing it, I'm not gonna.
So you chose to do this naked date, and then you also chose to be late, and then chose to not be attracted to this person and then make things awkward. It's not really getting any more awkward than this, so we'll leave it at 3 points each.
He was talking about himself a lot at first. That's why I gave him a 5. And then I switched to a 6 after I saw his face because he had really nice eyes.
Actually, you swapped to a 6 after you saw his body. My boy kind of fit. Oh my god, Bala. This is why he didn't want to look at her titties, because he's actually rather respectful. He's not attracted at all. I'm gonna keep your purity. My eyes will not soil your body. Oh, we're about to go full commando, top to bottom, and my boy's still on a 4. There ain't no second date happening.
This is so awkward.
This is so fun. Come on.
No, it's fun, but there's like. It's okay, they're cool.
You thought this was gonna be some private date? There's gotta be someone operating the camera. You literally signed to be on this video. So you were that spontaneous that you didn't think things through that far? My boy, showing your uncomfortability in this situation. A little bit awkward.
Okay, you were born naked. You'll die naked, probably.
That's fun to think about.
I want to
Die
be
naked?
buried naked.
Like how? Like drowning in the sea or?
No, what the hell?
Even if you were drowning in the sea, why were you naked beforehand? Unless you were skinny dipping or something, but
I want to be like cremated and then sprinkled.
that is not naked. That's like barbecue crisps turned to dust. That's a little bit beyond nudity there.
Sprinkled where?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it.
Sprinkled onto some cake like some icing sugar and have my kids eat me.
I am not full naked yet. I will be so in 3 seconds. And I'm full naked now.
Yo, what's with the live commentary? I'm giving mad awkward vibes, my boy. Like, it's not awkward for her, but it's awkward for me.
1.
Hello. High five.
No, not the awkward high five. I get that you're spontaneous about doing this and, having the decision to go on this naked date, but you're clearly not very comfortable about it. I know you're saying you're the guy, you're the one that got away, but you're giving very shy, submissive, but wanna be right type of energy. I don't know. It's yeah.
Oh, there it is. Oh my god.
Don't gotta point it out.
Oh my god.
Don't point it out.
It says he's in love with his ex.
Oh, in love with his ex-girlfriend. I guess this is the whole love too hard thing. You kind of need to be deeply head over heels to have their name permanently marked on you. I don't think I'll ever get to that point where I would do that unless it was like a family member or something. All this time, I've been catfished, clickbaited. I thought she was talking about his pee-pee, but turns out it was just a embarrassing tattoo. Honestly, I'd be more embarrassed to show my juju meat than I would be to show a tattoo. Like, an embarrassing tattoo is kind of just, it's kind of fun.
Yes, a little bit.
You just flunked me in the head.
I did flunk you.
Whoa, what the fuck was that? Oh, that wasn't just like a little flick, that was a straight dook. Like, you could hear the impact from their mics, or wherever it's mic. Maybe it's a boom mic. I feel like it's a boom mic. But the fact that it was able to pick up a significant amount of sound from such a small movement. You were talking about her beating on people when she's drunk. You fucking sober. You're on that sober abusive energy. That's not cool. 1 point for making it weird about the tattoo. 2 points for flunking her in the head. Giving very insecure energy. Knowing that you have this tattoo and then knowingly signing up to get naked in front of a camera where people are going to see this tattoo, then you getting defensive and insecure about it and then abusing the other person for pointing it out. That's some loser shit, my guy. I'm not even progressing that far into the video, but I feel like you deserve another point for that.
Jesus, dude. It's okay. Sorry.
But she doesn't need to apologize. Like, I guess it's cool that you apologize for being like, hey, sorry for pointing it out, but you shouldn't need to. You just got flunked, bro. I mean, you guys are having fun. You're on a little YouTube network just making a video. It's not that deep. It's seriously not that deep. If anything, he needs to apologize.
It's quite embarrassing.
It's not. It's not.
It is.
No, it's great. You loved her.
Like,
Shut for what? Not only did she apologize, but now she's trying to make him feel better about his embarrassing tattoo, and I still haven't heard a sorry yet. That's an unacceptable thing to do, unless you guys are like dating and have this kind of playful back and forth relationship. Even then, I wouldn't flick my partner's head that hard. She's being very genuine and very apologetic and sincere about the embarrassment, but he just doesn't want to let it slide. Red flag.
but yes, that is, how are you feeling? You feel free, correct?
Yeah, sorry.
Captain, redirect the conversation much. Jeez. I've noticed that when people talk like crossing arms or covering their playing with their hands, covering their face. From what I've read, it's supposed to give off this feeling of being closed off and not as open. Well, I guess you are naked, so I guess it will take some time to get into a more open state. But if anything, that's showing that he's closed off from this. I mean, he's ranked her 444 so far, so it's highly unlikely that he's gonna want to pursue this.
I don't know what to talk about now. Well, what do you believe is your biggest insecurity? Like,
Well, and then proceeds to know exactly what to talk about. First, you talk about red flags, then you talk about family and the relationships, and then you talk about insecurities and flaws. More things to hate about her. This guy just wants to get back at her for pointing out his own flaws and insecurities. This tattoo. I mean, damn, just get it removed, bro, if you're that embarrassed about it. You ever heard of laser?
Physically, I'm really hairy. I have a lot of hair.
it's normal though.
In this day and age, all the girls are getting lasered or like I get waxed, which is great, but it's so painful. It hurts.
I've seen the screams of people.
You've seen the screams?
Yes,
Where would you have seen the screams?
You know, you go with someone to like. Past relationships. You go with them to their Brazilian wax place, and you just
Yeah.
He's the type of person I feel, even within a date, in a fresh dating scene or dating environment, he talks about his exes or past relationships or past flings, past whatever, living in the past. That's not the most attractive trait to have. I guess in a story like this, it does require you to mention that it was in a past relationship, but I think you could have skipped over that part very easily and quickly, just saying, oh yeah, I was with my exes one time, she went in for a waxing, I went in as well. It's not that deep.
That's a nice boyfriend to go with her.
No, I do that. I'm that kind of guy.
Oh, you get waxed.
No.
No, me, I'm hairy. I'm Jumanji jungle down there, man. She need to bring a weed whacker if she going down.
What's your biggest insecurity? Physically.
Physically?
Yeah.
Well, I have body dysmorphia.
Is it like diagnosed, like your therapist or doctor was like?
Yes, psychologist.
Got it.
See myself in the mirror and I don't see often what I look like. Despite the numerous attempts from many people giving me
Positive affirmations.
Yeah.
All I can say is, you're looking yoked, my guy. You're looking good. That's some positive affirmation for you right there. Kind of strange for someone who has body dysmorphia to sign up to something that involves you getting naked, if it's one of your biggest insecurities. Seems a bit sus.
My brothers, they used to call me fat, and so when I was like fit, they would still do it. Rather than build me up, they chose to break me down.
My sister, and she feels so bad for this, she would always call me stupid when I was younger.
I made a mental note of it earlier when because you said randomly like, "Oh, I'm stupid, sorry." And I was like,
Whoa. You noticed that? Gave her a 4 and you noticed that? Yeah, you're paying attention way more than I am. I didn't even realize she said that.
"You're being hard on yourself."
Yeah.
You know, when that could be a red flag of mine. I do like to psychoanalyze people.
Psychoanalyze. You seem to be a very internal person then. You're just having all these internal dialogues in here and thinking about, when should I reject her? But I get it though. I mean, this whole being naked and opening up to each other physically and emotionally is really great, but turn into a therapy session, a naked therapy session. I don't know. I don't think I could strip in front of my therapist.
It's the end of the new date. Would you guys like a handshake or a hug to say goodbye?
What would you prefer?
We can hug.
Okay.
Aww.
I'm sure he just wanted a handshake. I mean, my boy giving her 4s, so I feel like she's pretty keen for a second date. And the conversation was going well up until the point he flunked her in the head. Like, bro, what?
Would you want to go on a second date?
Yes.
If you open the curtain and see your date would like to go on a second date with you. If not, your date has unfortunately decided that you were not a great match.
You're really building them up for failure if they're gonna reject them afterwards.
3, 2, 1.
Damn! Even I got played. Because he was there before. I thought, like, he would just stay there and keep the curtain closed or something. But my boy dipped 1 more extra point for that.
I would not go on a second.
Oh, man. She looks genuinely sad, too.
I wouldn't want to get her hopes up. And I don't think it's fair to her or me.
I get the don't get her hopes up because obviously if you're not interested anyway, why go on a second date? What does being fair got to do with any of this? Just going on a second date. Again, I don't think it's that deep.
I do think that she said a lot of things that led to maybe she doesn't necessarily have very calm arguments and might be more physical about it. And I don't think that's acceptable in a relationship.
That is an assumption because A, you don't really know if she does truly get physical in arguments, or B, whether you've experienced that yourself firsthand. So for you to be very judgy kind of contradicts you saying that she's quite judgy.
What do you feel, Katie?
A little embarrassed. It's okay though. I'm fine. Like,
Milky, bro, I need to add a column for her, G. Wait, G, she making things mad awkward. As a director, maybe you should get a therapist in as a director instead of her, because saying things like, oh, you alright? Oh, poor you. Like, if you're saying some things that aren't building them up for success, I'm gonna give you 3 points just right off the bat, okay? Right at the bottom. No good, Milky. Milky D's nut.
to be honest, I didn't feel it that much either. Like, I felt like I didn't really get to say much about myself.
I think you said plenty about yourself. I think there was a equal amount of exchange from both parties. I could say you weren't feeling it that much. You're definitely feeling him a little bit for you to even bump up your rating of him and wanting to go on a second date. Maybe you're looking at things the way I'm looking at it, and it's not that deep, and your second date is just getting to know them a little bit more. You're not expecting anything. You're not expecting something serious, but don't kid yourself.
I didn't feel it, but I just thought I'd give it a shot because I came all the way here, so why not?
That's a good attitude to have. I appreciate you, Kay. All the best for your love life.
He told me that he was gonna give me a ride after this, so I just thought it was a little weird, and then he was like, oh, cool your jets, cool your jets. I'm like, okay, I wasn't that excited.
Bro, you're capping. You heard that she drove 2 hours? You ain't giving her a 2-hour ride back to her crib. Well, that was very awkward to watch. So, what do we have? We have Katie on 4 points, Juju on, 12 points, and old Milky here, 3 points, just for being an awkward ass director. Overall, what can I say? Juju made this date mad awkward. I mean, I get that there were some red flags from both sides, but that flick on the head, man, the day should have ended like then and there. This guy thinks he's the most open-minded, and yet he was the most closed-minded throughout the entire date. Very reluctant in taking his clothes off. It's just weird. Dude was late, literally flicked her in the face, asked her to say the worst things about herself, which he did honestly, told her he would give her a ride home, and then said no, she could be abusive. She dodged a bullet. Also, he was allegedly still in a relationship when this video was made, so girly got out good on this one. Like, I don't know how true that is, but if it was true, my boy, is this that 1 year thing that's still going on? Bruh, spontaneous, alright? You spontaneous, dirty, toxic, dirty dog. He literally smacks her and judges her by saying she'd be physically abusive. The irony. But it seems everyone's come to a similar consensus that the guy, Juju, he made things quite awkward. He was very close-minded in this situation, and for him, I guess, picturing and literally visually seeing someone else naked doesn't help lower his anxiety and his embarrassment of his own insecurities and flaws. So, at the end of the day, what have we learned? Does picturing someone naked or actually having them naked in front of you help relieve anxiety and help progress your conversation just as a tool for conversating with strangers? Yeah, nah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, leave a like. And if you want to see more like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much again for watching. I'm again so sorry for the late upload, but I'm back now, baby. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
I got a feeling that you want this. My mind going crazy when you drop it down. Way she moving so toxic.